Seahawks and Patriots coming your way in just 13 days from Santa Clara, California. We'll show you how both teams earned their spots. But first, Dan, give us one reason to be excited for Super Bowl 60.
I want to see if Mike Vrabel can finish the turnaround. This is a guy that, as a player in New England, was one of those unbelievable, versatile pieces, offensively, defensively, goes to Tennessee, they fire him. And now, in his first year in New England, turns them around and has them in the Super Bowl. Can he win it and finish this unbelievable turnaround in New England?
For me, it's Jackson Smith-Njigba and his usage. This is one of those wide receivers that can walk away with Super Bowl MVP. Clint Kubiak moved him all around the field last night. You walk into that game thinking to yourself, how will Sean McVay utilize Puka Nacua? But it was JSN in the slot at number one in the backfield, totally taking advantage of this Rams defense.
Sam Darnold, congratulations on winning the NFC Championship. Now going to the Super Bowl, will you still be as aggressive? Clint Kubiak was amazing, but Sam Darnold pushing the ball down the field, avoiding the turnovers, making big plays with his legs, his arms. This is the quarterback that wins a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks. Can you continue it one more time against the New England Patriots?
Yeah, I want to see if those Seattle Seahawks, oh, here we go, already, there it is. So that play, the Malcolm Butler interception, I have watched approximately 1 million times since that Super Bowl, and I'm going to see it a million more times this week. So Seattle, here is your chance to finally exercise those demons. Sam as well, ghosts perhaps is a better way to put it than demons, given the opponent who tortured him in New York. But yeah, this is a chance for Seattle. Don't let that Malcolm Butler interception hang over this game. End it once and for all.
Hey, Mina, congrats on the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl, girlfriend. Love it.
Okay.
It's going to be fun. Mina Kimes, Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky, Marcus Spears. We're with you for 2 hours on this Monday, recapping championship weekend, as we told you. Plus, looking ahead, and Adam Stafford joins us with 4. Ensuing drive for the Seahawks, 3rd and 3 from the Rams 13, and Darnold able to find Cooper Kupp, pushes his way into the end zone for the touchdown. You know that felt good for Kupp. Seahawks extending their lead. Rams looking to respond, facing a 3rd and 12, and Stafford looking for Nacua, but Riq Woolen continues to be, RC, just a freak of nature.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature, but he did too much after the play, talking trash to the sideline of the Los Angeles Rams. Instead of 4th and 12, it's 1st and 10.
So, 1st and 10 for the Rams on the Seattle 34, and Stafford taking the deep shot to Nacua, but this Seattle defense covered those wide receivers so incredibly well. Nacua, either way, able to come down for the touchdown. McVay fired up, costly penalty by Woolen leads to a touchdown for the Rams. The Rams trail 31-27 into the 4th quarter. Same score. Rams going for it, 4th and 1. Stafford able to scramble up the middle for a 1st down. He just wanted it more in that moment, keeping that Rams drive alive. Later in the drive, felt like to me the Rams surely are going to score for it here. Stafford trying to connect with Terrence Ferguson, but the pass is broken up. So they turn it over on downs, unfortunately, for the Rams. And then, ensuing drive for the Seahawks, Darnold passing it to Kupp, who gets right to the 1st down marker, stretches ahead. The ball comes out, but Kupp ruled down. Close call there, Dan.
Yeah, it's very close. It looks like either way he's going to get it. Sean McVay, timeout. Can't challenge it. It's unfortunate. The Rams have one final play. They have to get a chunk and get out of bounds. They're unable to do it.
Yeah, the clock hitting 0 there. What an ending. Witherspoon, an amazing tackle of Nacua inbounds as time expires. The Seahawks win. They advance to their first Super Bowl since 2014. Here's Mike McDonald.
You know, you can't talk about the game without talking about our quarterback. I mean, he just shut a lot of people up tonight, so I'm really happy for him. Everyone wants to make a narrative about this guy, but it's like he's been the same guy since he walked in the door. So you don't want me writing the stories, because I would not write the narratives that are out there. I'd be really boring. I'd be like, this guy's the man. And his teammates love him, and he's competitive as crap, and he's tough. He's really talented, and he's a winner. That would be the story. So don't let me write the story.
Like that, competitive as crap. Sam Darnold will be the 5th quarterback since 1980 to make the Super Bowl in his first season with a team. Previous to Darnold, the last quarterback to do it was his opposing quarterback on Sunday, Matthew Stafford. Stafford, remember, won his Super Bowl as those previous 4 quarterbacks combined go 3-1. RC, how did Darnold and that offense get it done yesterday? Because so much of the conversation's been around the defense, but the offense really stepped up.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And I felt like Clint Kubiak treated Sam Darnold like a great three-point shooter. He got some layups early with Kenneth Walker III being the recipient of some screens, some easy pass, some run pass options. And then they started Kubiak backed up on 2nd and 6 on your 10-yard line, on 2nd and 8 and 3rd and 8 on the pass we saw to Cooper Kupp. This team believed in Sam Darnold all along, and I feel like they've been building momentum to this point from the 4th quarter of the Week 16 game against the Rams, and everything flowed perfectly yesterday.
I think that's where I'm going, RC. This was carryover from the ending of that game and the confidence that Sam Darnold played with. Look, we talked about it all week. We thought this run game, which has its successful moments, obviously, was going to be the catalyst and the calling card. And they were like, no. This will be Sam Darnold's game. And we saw him execute to the highest level. Let's not forget, y'all, Sam Darnold against this team had 6 total turnovers during the regular season. And Clint Kubiak, to your point, RC, was like, look, man, you got to go out. You got to push the ball down the field. You got to find the matchups that work. And the thing that was beautiful about it is he spread the football around. Obviously, JSN had a huge night. But going to Cooper Kupp in some critical situations, knowing that Cooper has been in those moments before, you see him throw the ball to Mike Bobo in the end zone, matched up as one-on-one.
Jake Bobo.
This was a coming out party to me for Sam Darnold about how they went about getting him to be the guy in the game. And look, I know sometimes the game plan calls for it, and you can go out and take advantage of mismatches, and we've talked about this secondary with the Rams, but they trusted Sam Darnold this game, and they did not let the first 2 deter them.
Hell of a time for Sam Darnold to have his best game of the season, right? Given the opponent and the stage. And really what the Seahawks offense had done the second half of the season, which was struggle. I also thought it was Clint Kubiak's best game of the season. We've hit on some of it. The way he got JSN open using motion and alignment, but also the way he used JSN as the queen on the chessboard to create opportunities for other. You talk about the Jake Bobo, the post touchdown. He gets a one-on-one because the safety shades towards JSN. They made some, I thought, really clever adjustments. Seahawks used trips formations at the lowest rate in the NFL this season, cranked it up this year, in this game to a top 10 rate, recognizing that they could flood the Rams zone coverage to one side, continuously getting guys open that way. And then I want to highlight this final drive, guys, the drive at the 4.5-minute mark. How many times in those moments have we seen defensive head coaches shrivel up and say, cool, run the ball. We don't want to put it in harm's way. They called 2 play-action passes on 2nd down that they converted. So credit to Kubiak, but also to Mike McDonald for having the courage in that moment, because that's what allowed them to win the game and keep Matthew Stafford off the field.
Yeah, if you had told the world in 2021 that the coach is going to be aggressive with Sam Darnold at the end of the NFC title game against Matthew Stafford to go to the Super Bowl, everyone would be like, you're out of your mind. Yeah, I think Clint Kubiak ran circles around Kershula from a scheme perspective. The amount of motion that they used to chase matchups was great. Okay, you go in before the halftime, okay, you motion over. Now you get the corner outside on Kupp. That leaves the nickel on JSN. This is that corner post. He gets a free release. Look at the sell on the route. Gets the safety over the top, and it's the huge chunk. It's really the same throw that Carolina hit him, but it's because of the motion to hunt that matchup that Clint Kubiak found. There's JSN getting him into the backfield. This is just the sail concept out of the backfield. Shaheed is going to lift the coverage. Cooper Kupp holds the underneath coverage, and now JSN is running his route basically on that inside backer, but essentially nobody. That is absolutely enormous by Clint Kubiak and the motion that he chases to go after it. And then later in the game, there's one-on-one. JSN in that reduced split. Here comes Shaheed in motion. What happens? They kick the coverage. Now the corner is going to cover Shaheed. You get the matchup on the nickel. The route running of JSN sells the over, snaps back on the out. This is one of those late huge completions. When they used motion and threw the ball yesterday, Sam Darnold averaged almost 14 yards per attempt. That's an outrageous number. Clint Kubiak knew who he wanted to go after in the Rams defense, and the way that he used the motion to get it done was flawless.
You guys, we love...
You know what this...
Yeah, y'all, Jake
go
Bobo.
Ahead. Go ahead, RC.
Yeah. You know what this felt like, Laura? When I used to play Jordan when he was younger, I would look at his stick when he was playing, we were playing Madden, and I would watch what defense he picked. and I would know exactly where to throw the ball
Yeah.
against the defense.
Yeah.
Clint Kubiak was painting a picture for Sam Darnold and giving him the answers to the test before the snap, and he executed every single time and got the ball exactly where it was intended to go against each defense.
Yeah, Marcus, really fast. Chance to correct the record. You did not mean the Georgia offensive coordinator was catching a pass. That would be incredible.
Think about Coach Bobo.
Listen,
Hey, that's
lot of
that
information.
SEC there right there,
Bobos are
boy.
there.
A lot of information.
hey, there's just not that many
Jake, don't call
Bobos
me
out
Mike
there, so
Bobo.
it's hard to keep them all straight. I appreciate. That's what we do on this show. We
My
go
bad,
ahead
Jake.
and make sure that our
Jake the Snake.
mistakes, our mistakes are corrected.
Jake the
You're the
Snake.
best, Jake. Don't call me Mike Bobo. Look at that. Look at that, Jake. Don't call me Mike. Guys, that was so good. Let's get to some top stories now as Adam Schefter jumps in. A lot to get to. Shefty, let's start with the losing quarterback from Sunday's NFC Championship game, Matthew Stafford. What do we know about the future of the quarterback who's set to turn 38 years old next month?
Laura, there'll be questions about his future as there were after last season, but the fact of the matter is people around the league believe that Matthew Stafford